Now let's see the different modes of asexual reproduction in plants. We have the fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration, fragmentation. Vegetative propagation is again divided into asexual reproduction by means of stem, root, leaves and buds. By stems also, there are three different types of asexual reproduction. Fission is also divided into binary and multiple fission. Now let's see the two types of fission. We have got two types of fission. One is the binary fission and one is the multiple fission. In binary fission, you can see that there is a main parent. First, the nucleus of the parent will divide into two. You can see the elongated nucleus here. After the nucleus has divided into two, followed by the division of the nucleus, the cytoplasm will also divide. This will produce two new daughter cells. And now the parent has been completely lost. That is, there is no existence of parent. This is called binary fission. Why? Because in this a single cell is divided into two to produce the daughter cells. Here we are not calling it as son cells. Why? Because daughters are the one which are able to reproduce. So this cell can produce another two cells, this cell can produce another two cells. So that is why we call them as daughter cells. You can see the division of the nucleus that takes place first, which is followed by the division of the cytoplasm. This can be commonly seen in amoeba, paramecium and leishmania. These are all unicellular organisms and aquatic organisms. Now let's come to multiple fission. In multiple fission, what happens is that it is the process of asexual reproduction in which the parent splits into many new organisms. You can see this is the parent. You can see the structure of the cell marked here. The nucleus is there. The nucleus will be divided into different parts and each part will be surrounded with a little amount of cytoplasm. So this daughter cells produced here will be enclosed within a hard covering called as a cyst. When favorable conditions arise, the cyst will break and the daughter cells will be released into the environment or the water. So these type of multiple fission you can see mostly in Plasmodium, that is the malaria causing mosquitoes. Now next type of asexual reproduction we have is budding. Budding means in this process, this is a mature plant. Budding can be seen in aquatic organisms like sea anemone, hydra, even some of the platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes means that worms also you can see this. These type of aquatic organisms, this is the parent organism. This is the structure of hydra I have drawn. These are the finger-like projections which we call it as tentacles. So this you can see here that first a small bud develops from the main parent. This bud matures, and once it is fully matured and capable, then it will get detached from the main body of the parent and it will grow into a new organism. In this, along with the new organism, the old parent is also existing. Okay, so this is the method by which budding is a process by which hydra is reproducing asexually, and another common method of budding that you see in yeast. Yeast, you see that this is the parent yeast cell. It develops a bud. Okay, so this bud will mature along with the mother cell, and along with the mother cell, when it matures, it continuously starts dividing into nymph. So there are chances sometimes that the bud gets detached and forms separate yeast cells, or the yeast cells remain attached to each other, forming colonies of millions of cells together. So these are the two types of budding that we are having in asexual reproduction. Next method of asexual reproduction is spore formation. This method of reproduction, asexual reproduction, occurs in both unicellular and multicellular organisms. This is an important characteristic that it occurs in both unicellular and multicellular organism, and spore formation is found only in the plants, not in the animals. In spore formation, the parent is able to produce hundreds of reproductive units. That is, you can see if you look at the structure of Rhizopus. Rhizopus means that this is present as a fungus on the bread. Okay, if you take the thread-like structures present on the bread, that will be forming these structures. These are called as hyphae. Hyphae have got ball-like structures attached to its corner called as sporangia. Inside this sporangia, numerous amounts of spores are produced. Again, these spores are able to produce innumerable number of new organisms when the sporangia will open and the spores are bursting out. So in this, what do we find? That is, there is an hyphae that grows on the surface of the bread, and here you have got long structures. These long structures are called as hyphae. So if you touch this, if you look at the fungal bread, a bread that is infected by the fungus, there are so many thread-like structures lying close to each other. These structures together is called as mycelium. These are together called as mycelium. So here what happens, that there is sporangium formed. This sporangium has got a hard coating over it and it has innumerable spores inside it. These spores will be released when favorable conditions, like when the moist environment is there, nutrients are there in the environment, then these sporangia will break open and the spores will be released into the environment. These spores will settle at a place where it is getting moisture and nutrients, and it will germinate to produce new hyphae. Okay, so this method of asexual reproduction is considered to be the best method because maximum number of survival of individuals is assured in this type. Because whenever the favorable condition is coming, at that time the sporangia will burst open. Otherwise, what is going to happen? This will remain intact. That means the cells inside are protected always. It is not that it is being thrown here and there and it is lost. This will make sure that the environment is favorable, then only it will germinate. So maximum, that is, this method is considered to be the best of asexual reproduction because and one more advantage this method is having is that the spores are very, very light. So with the help of the wind, they can fly off to a very large distance and spread out and develop into a new organism. Thank you.